There is Elephant Head. We're going. So we're on our way to the Elephant Head, and you can see it is very rough and rocky. We've only seen rangers coming in this way. They seem to have a great time with this trail or this road, but it's a bit rough for the Honda. The suspension isn't what it used to be. You can see there's a little river crossing there as well. We're deciding if we want to make it all the way to the trailhead or just pull up to the most recent camp spot and then start early in the morning tomorrow, but it'll add a few miles. Beautiful light at the end of the day. You can see the moon is coming out fully today, very bright. There's the Elephant Head in the distance. Here's our little campsite for today. Sunset 10-20 minutes ago. It took us a long time to get into the spot, so we're waiting to do Elephant's Head tomorrow. We'll get a bright and early start. So we'll see you in the morning, folks. Howdy folks, my name is Eric.
I'm Jordan.
And this is North American Adventures. You join us for an early start. It's almost 9 a.m. here. Today we are in the Coronado National Forest in the Mount Wrightson Wilderness area, just north of the Mexican border. Arizona is beautiful this time of year. There is some snow left in the mountains, but not on the ground here where we are. And we've woken up to a beautiful blue skies, sunny day. It feels like it's almost 65, 70 in the sun already, but it's actually only about 52. For today's adventure, we are doing Elephant Head via East Ridge Trail. We have driven a little bit further past the original trailhead to give us a shorter distance today. It should end up being right under 10 miles. We have to do about 2,500 feet more of elevation gain. And you can see the Elephant's Head behind us in the sun there, unfortunately, but we're gonna go all the way to the top if we can. It's supposed to be a little bit sketchy on the back end, but we're excited, looking forward to some beautiful views. Not much left of the sign, but we're heading in the right direction. Now we've entered the shade of the Elephant Head. It's gotten 10 degrees colder. And you can actually see it a little bit better now, but you'll get great views from the top, of course. Yes, that seems to be the case. You can see there's tons of cacti in the area, as well as these small, sort of more bush-like trees. Not a lot can survive out here in the desert.
I was a wide-eyed soul.
We've come from way down there, up in this direction, past the Elephant Head, which is actually right here. So we're going to be going a little bit further this way before wrapping up this big one, I believe, and around, and then down a little for our final ascent up the only safe way to get to the top of the Elephant Head. Stay tuned for that, folks. Alrighty, folks, you can see where the desert road ends here, and we move on to the real path. It's a lot more narrow, quite a bit more rocky, and I believe we will be zigzagging up that way. So far it's been gorgeous. The sun is very hot, but quite a bit of breeze, which is nice. As we get to the top, I'm sure that will increase. So we're excited. Let's get going.
But I walk with you in mind. May the roads be like the veins that wind me back.
This is pretty nifty. These walls were once part of the Elephant Head mill site.
I'm gonna love you forever.
We are making a pretty strong left turn here onto the Quantrell Mine Trail, which will take us back in the direction of Elephant Head. Don't want to be going in the mine. There it is, baby! Mount Wrightson Wilderness, Coronado National Forest. We're getting up in elevation now, folks.
Raise your glass, don't set it down. Cheers to the years forever from now. I'm gonna love you forever. I'm gonna hide you from danger with every will of my
We're coming up here, and you can see down below what looks to be the abandoned mine right there. And you can also see quite clearly the path we've been taking up, zigzagging down there through the canyon and up, and then back here. Let's get back to the trail. Starting to get some gorgeous views, folks.
forever from now. Forever from now. Forever from now. Forever from now.
Almost like a half geode. You see how it formed?
So you gotta crack it open.
No, that means this was probably formed inside of another rock.
Okay.
That's why it looks like that, which is pretty cool.
Nice. Now that we've turned the corner, we have a beautiful view of Elephant Head again.
Slow going.
There's a bit of a downhill section here, about 500 feet, before we meet back up and start heading that way for our final ascent up to Elephant Head.
Yesterday is now we exchange. Everything's alright, it's okay.
I've come down about 500 feet now, and it was extremely steep, very overgrown, very rocky, quite hazardous at times, but I've come down to the bottom of the elevation and we found ourselves a little stream here, which is super nice, absolutely gorgeous. Now we have to go back up before we find our way up that section of the Elephant's Head. Less than a mile to go, folks. It's so overgrown. Just cutting my legs up every time I take a step. Coming up a few hundred feet up from that river stream, and you can see the path is incredibly hard to follow here. There's really no sign of it, except for the occasional cairn every 100 yards or so. And it's so overgrown, but I'm having a blast, and I see my destination in the distance. Nothing can stop me. There's a lot of situations like these where you don't want to get jabbed by the big one, so you have to just take the L and sweep your legs across the little one. Not great.
Keeping the light, keeping the light, keeping the light.
Woo! We've made it to the top of the ridge here. Now we just have to follow it to the top. Boop. Should be only another 400 or 500 feet. Less than half a mile for sure. Whew, I am beat. I'm out of shape. It's been like 2 months since we've been seriously hiking. But I am loving this view now, folks.
I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you. Give me your love card. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you. Give me your love card, and I wanna give you all I got.
I did not actually have to cross there where I was pointing before. That would have been absolutely perilous. This side you can see is blocked from the wind and pretty legit. You can see we have a tiny little downhill here before the final ascent up the backside of the elephant's head. I'm getting a little tired here, but we're gonna finish up strong, folks. There are oftentimes splitting paths to even more treacherous options, but this is basically the intended route here. You can see it's very steep still, very rocky, and overgrown, but not much further. I'm having fun anyhow. Woo. We're approaching 12 o'clock now, and I haven't eaten much for breakfast besides half a banana and half an apple. We're gonna have a quick snack before I attempt the final part of the elephant's head behind me here.
I am an old road walking on my feet.
And it begins. You can see I'm only like 30 feet up, already exhausted again. This is the sort of trail that we're working with, you know? They expect you to slide in between that little crevice in the tree or something. Not so likely. Here's another good example. Just real steep.
I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna fly.
It's a squeeze.
I am moving, I am flesh and
Oh, there's still more to go.
I am
Quick cave.
shot with my
Almost all the way up. That'd be pretty cool.
at the window.
Quite the view to wake up to.
Sunset,
Oh,
an old man
gotta get back to it.
to nothing more, nothing less. I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna fly.
Whew, this last bit is really killing me. There's so much climbing, and it's tough with just one hand. But it looks like there's only maybe 50 to 100 feet left, so we're gonna get it done.
When you walked into the room, I couldn't keep my eyes off of you. Was it make-believe, or was it a dream? I've been waiting on.
There it is, the top. It's got a little lockbox even. Oh, I'm so beat. But we got the view.
We've still got the rest of our lives. The rest of our lives. The rest of our lives. Oh, the rest of our lives. Dance with me beneath the
Might as well sign our name. Put it next to this elephant, maybe. North American Adventures. Finally coming down off the elephant head.
just a touch further, and then we'll meet back up with the trail that will go down, and then meet back up with that one, which will meander our way all the way back to the car. This trail has been quite sketchy the last bit here, but I think we're good. This is a fun section. Tons of these really thin, diagonally stretching cacti. It's almost a forest of them, one might say. Woo! We made it back to the main path here. Now it's just downhill, 3-ish miles or so, back to the car. This hike has proven to be exceptionally challenging. Coming back up this part here, probably stopped like 10-15 times, constantly out of breath. I'm gonna have a quick snack here before I finish up this hike. Coming down fast back into the valley here. It's warming up as I come down in elevation. Less wind, of course. The sun is peeking its head out. It does seem like it's become a bit partly cloudy here, but not an issue. Honestly, a positive, I would argue. The desert sun is very, very hot. Even at like 7 a.m. when it just peaks up. Right there through the tree. I don't know if we can see it on camera. 2 of them actually. Probably caught a glimpse of them at least. I believe they were the pronghorn. I really dig the desert vibe when it's like very short, small, gnarled trees. Because you can't really see over them, but they just look like bushes, really. It's a nice desolate vibe, if you feel me. Now that I'm standing sort of diagonally below it, you can see this is supposed to be like the right ear, and then on the other side there, the left ear coming down. And then there's sort of like the trunk all the way down. And apparently there's supposed to be eyes as well, but I'm not sure I've ever seen that. You can see the Honda there in the distance. I'm almost home.
Won't ever change, and no matter what, I'll feel the same. Hold up the world.
Made it. Honda, Honda, Honda. Cut up my arms and legs pretty significantly on this one. Definitely wear pants, folks. Despite the heat, you gotta protect yourself. Alrighty folks, just got back to the car. It was about 2:30, so that whole excursion ended up taking almost 6 hours. I'd say about 3.5 up and then just under 2 back down. The last ascent up to the head itself was quite sketchy. I wouldn't really recommend it unless you have no problem with heights and also don't mind a little bit of a climb. But according to all trails, the route should be capable of doing without climbing. So maybe if you follow the right path, you won't have as much trouble as I did. The desert environment was quite rocky and barren, but not too bad this time during the winter. Despite the sun being very hot, it was only about 68 or so, and totally tolerable on the way up. If you're enjoying the content, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Shoo!